Michael Jones from Kraft Music. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Strata Prime drum kit from Alesis. The Strata Prime is a top-of-the-line flagship kit from Alesis. Let's take a look at what's included with the kit. It's a 6-piece configuration with 8, 10, 12, and 14-inch toms, a full-size 20-inch kick drum, and a full-size 14-inch snare drum. I want to note that the snare stand is included and the kick drum can accommodate a double pedal. For cymbals, we have 2 18-inch crashes, a 20-inch ride, and a 14-inch hi-hat. The hi-hat stand is sold separately, and you can get a great deal on other hardware you'll need, such as a kick drum pedal or drum throne, in our bundles at Kraft Music. The Strata Prime includes the drum rack that you see here, along with 3 cymbal arms that can be used as boom or straight stands. All of this hardware is rock solid. One of the first things we notice when setting up this kit is the build quality. It's all top-notch. The star of the show is the newly designed Prime drum module. This module includes over 40 gigabytes of sample data. It has 75 preset kits and over 440 different instrument sounds. This includes samples from both Alesis and BFD. As you can see, the module has a huge 10.1-inch color touchscreen, also includes multifunctional knobs. We'll take a closer look at the module a bit later. The back of the module has trigger inputs for all of the pads you see here, plus 3 open inputs for any additional cymbals or toms of your choice. The main outputs are XLR. There are also 4 assignable 1/4-inch outputs. You can import audio files using either an SD card or a USB flash drive. You can also sample directly into the module using the 1/4-inch line inputs. To use music production software or virtual instruments, use the USB to host port. Let's take a quick look at the Prime module. When you first power up the module, this is the screen you'll be presented with. It's basically a list of all of the preloaded kits. To select a kit, touch that kit, and then press the control knob, which loads that kit. With this kit selected, you can either play it as it is, it sounds great, or if you'd like to make some changes, you can go into Kit Edit. From here, touch any part of the kit on the screen, and that selects the pad that you want to edit. In this case, we'll try to edit the snare drum. And as you touch each of the snare drums on this list, you'll hear that snare drum. So you can audition it this way. Once you find one that you like, just hit the check mark, and it will load to that pad. One of the cool things we noticed that when auditioning the sound, if you touch the left side of the name of that instrument, it's quieter, and as you move to the right, it gets louder, so you can audition at different volumes. When you find a sound that you really like, you can tap the star, and that will save it to your favorites library. Along the bottom of the screen, you'll see some of the parameters that can be adjusted: dampening, attack, tuning, dynamics, and pan. So while you're playing the pad, just turn the knob, and you can make your adjustments. If you go to the Mics tab, this will allow you to essentially change the mix of the recorded kit. The snare mic, bottom and top, overhead, and room mics can all be adjusted here. Another pretty cool thing you can do when editing your kit is going into stacks. So if I tap on stacks, what this allows you to do is add up to 3 additional samples per zone in your drums. So if right now I'm on the snare rim, so I'm going to hit the snare head, and right now it's a 14-inch copper snare drum. Let's say I want to layer a hand clap. I'm not sure where that is, so I can go into the search area, just type in clap, and all of the different claps come up. That one's pretty cool. So I'll select it by hitting the check mark. Oop. That now loads it, and when I hit, I can get the sound of the clap as well as that copper snare drum at the same time. And if I want to mute the clap, I hit that M, so the M is lit up, and now it's just the snare. Back to the clap. And I can now do that with 2 additional samples as well as the hand clap I already have there. Pretty cool. So if you really love that hand clap, but you want a little less of it, you could just go down into stack volume, and you can lower the volume that way. This stacking feature is great for some of you who might be in an 80s cover band where you're trying to replicate some of those great snare drums from the 80s. This will really allow you to dial those in. From here, let's go to the mixer section. I'm going to hit the kit button to get back to the list of drum kits and then touch mixer. From this area, you can adjust the volume of all the different instruments, snare, toms. You can also hit cymbals to bring all the cymbals up in the mixer to adjust the individual volumes, as well as your effects, ambience, reverb, etc. Finally, on the Ins and Outs tab, this will allow you to adjust your drum mix in relation to the aux in, Bluetooth, main out, as well as the assignable outputs. Okay. So moving on from the mixer section, you have backing tracks. This is where you can load your tracks to play along with. You have the trigger edit section. This is where each one of your instruments can be adjusted in the curve, head sensitivity, rim sensitivity, threshold. You can really tweak your drums here. You can also access the all-important hi-hat calibration right here. HH Setup gets you into how to calibrate your hi-hat. And finally, under Settings, this is how we can update the module. Simply connect to Wi-Fi, hit Update, and it takes care of it for you. So that's the Strata Prime kit from Alesis. It's fun to play and it sounds great. I highly recommend it. If you have any questions, feel free to contact us at Kraft Music. Don't forget to check out our bundles. Once again, I'm Michael Jones. Thanks for watching.